Why do millions believe an African emperor was a divine figure? Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopia, is not only remembered as a political leader, but also as a spiritual symbol worshipped by many around the world. Before becoming emperor, he was known as Rastafari Makonnen. When crowned in 1930, he received titles including King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and Conquering Lion of the Tribe of Judah. These titles came from Ethiopia's royal tradition, which claimed descent from the biblical King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, linking the emperor to the ancient lineage of Judah mentioned in the Bible. For followers of the Rastafari movement, Selassie's coronation fulfilled biblical prophecy. Many Rastafarians believe he represents the returned Messiah, or a divine king sent to restore dignity and identity to people of African descent. His resistance against Italian invasion and his message of African unity strengthened this spiritual image worldwide. Whether viewed as emperor, reformer, or sacred figure, Haile Selassie became more than a ruler. He became a symbol of faith, liberation, and African pride.
So yeah, my people, Jah people, blessed love, blessed happy Sunday morning. Today is when Friday was the 17th, Saturday the 18th, today the 19th, right? Me have to remind myself the date, because the days is moving so fast. Now, the things I want to look into, as a lot of things is coming to light right now, and oh, me love it. It's just that most of we black Jamaicans are still sleeping, and when we not sleep, we are kill and fight against each other, mainly the righteous people and those who standing up for something, one way or the other. But when you all check it out, they all supported the same thing. Most of it is coming from lack of knowledge, lacking of wisdom, and the right and proper education. Now, the thing that I want to talk about right now is St. Kitts. The St. Kitts government give right to Rastafari.
St. Kitts government recently declared legal recognition of Rastafari. They claimed that they were the first country in the world to do that. Now, our government pushed back against those claims, insisting that Jamaica has long recognized Rasta within its constitutional framework. Jamaica is deeply connected to Rasta, has this deep cultural connection translated to social acceptance.
Jamaica, you never deal with Rastafari right. That's why St. Kitts and Navis sneak a march found upon the inside rail. I want to beat it upon the line with the official argument. They go sit down with Rastafari. I remember say, a Jamaica, a former prime minister, we talk about Bustamante, or Bustamante deal, because Rasta couldn't take Busta Jamaica. Jacob Miller sing a song, say, tired for liquid in a bush and tired for burn chalice in a gully. Bus never accept Rasta. So if a Rasta they want to move from Mobile to Kingston, them have to walk or want to emerge them have a bike or something. Because we used to tell people picnic, say Rasta a black heart man, and him eat children. Hello? Jamaica, hello? I went to Woolmarts in the 70s and early 80s, and there was a Rastafarian teacher at Woolmarts, and the parents would have none of it. Them say, to hell with him. And the man lasted one term, and that man never tried to teach us anything about Rastafari. The banks the airlines, corporate Jamaica never used to employ Rastafari. Only nowadays, some girls are wear locks as hairstyle, you know, and some youth where them twine up, and go a hairdresser every minute. It accepted. And some artists who are trying to make it in the world, when them realize the power of Rasta when them go outside there, them convert publicly. But remember, Rasta struggling in another country there, I want to persecute Rasta in another country there, and a good phone in Jamaica. Can they get the opportunity to put an eye on pedestal. The way Jamaica treat Rasta was not acceptable, and I have a big up St. Kitts and Navis for the gesture.
Community and religion as right. Oh, you don't hear me say. You see, sometime the thing is gonna come from afar, you know. Not from our surroundings and the people who are we around, because we get to know, say, the people them who around our surroundings mainly desire fight against us. But one black people, you know, if you stand up for the true Almighty, but I knew this from a long time ago, that Jamaican people are just backstabbers.
Positive greeting, positive energy. My side, my day back in the evening. Jesus Christ. Oh gosh. No. Jamaican. You don't realize that St. Kitts and Navis is the first Caribbean island to put Rastafarian in the law. I mean, I think St. Kitts and Navis have more Rasta than Jamaica, you know? Me bomber rascal, this serious now. This serious now. You don't even tell me, say, I'll Haile Selassie never go bomber clad St. Kitts and Navis. He mean go Jamaica. Yes, in forward to Jamaica. So St. Kitts and Navis be the first Caribbean island to recognize Rastafarian in the law. This don't make bomber clad sense. No. Me ever beat every prime minister we pass through Jamaica, and me I beat the current prime minister, yeah. Everybody I get beaten to mama bomber clad. Cause if St. Kitts and Navis come get this title clear. Then, wait, St. Kitts and Navis have more Jamaican than, Rastafarian than Jamaica. Me no know, this serious. Yeah, think about it. Me no believe so. No, me no believe so. Me no think so. This serious. So, Jamaican, when will our government consider me pussy class a liberating a power? A liberating a bumbuckler power. If you don't know the history where liberate do to Rastafarian, they will never do what St. Kitts and Navis do. Dirty liberate government will, so could Andrew Wellness will never do this. No, he would never do this. Cause one big puppet boy, me bomber rascal, me Jesus Christ, this serious to pussy rascal. You mean if you tell me say St. Kitts and Navis is the first Caribbean island to have Rastafarian in them law? This bomber class serious. No sir. And they know where they know. This serious to mama bomber class. Kalanji, come to the front of class to me there. Captain, fireman, come to the front of class. Cause come like you not go with nothing about bumbleclad. No man, you not go with nothing about bumbleclad in a real life. No man, no side serious. Alright. My side don't know me already. This video is for entertainment purpose only. Like, share, and follow me.
Harsh kissers, subservient servitude, we're sucking up to the white nation, Babylon, and America.
Breaking history in the Caribbean. St. Kitts and Nevis has become the first nation in the region to officially recognize the Rastafari faith in law. This landmark move affirms the rights of Rastafari people to practice their faith freely, ending decades of marginalization and opening a new chapter of respect, dignity, and spiritual recognition. With the Rastafari Rights Recognition Act now in effect, the culture, faith, and identity of Rastafari are being honored at the highest level. This legislation sets a legacy, justice, and moving forward For the Caribbean and the world, Jamaica, are you next? Share this moment. History has been written.
Anyway, before you get discouraged and disgusted, man, I'm gonna play a few videos about that because the videos are circulating on the web, you know. So let me move on to finish saying what I'm saying so we can jump in the video. And I don't know, maybe at the end I'll forward back and put my 2-bit to it.
Saint Kitts and Nevis, I salute you. The Rastafarian movement was started in the 1930s or 40s thereabout by Jamaicans in Jamaica. And all when chicken start grow teeth and start bark and bite up people, what has happened in Saint Kitts will never happen in Jamaica. In a country that has the record for the most churches per square miles than any other country, with white Jesus painted all over the church, and people have a white Jesus picture in them living rooms, Rasta was seen as the scum of the society. Rasta wasn't seen as part of the Jamaican society. So all when dog start grow beak and feather and start lay egg, what has happened in St. Kitts will never happen in Jamaica. In a country where the Prime Minister sent out the security forces to bring in all Rastas dead or alive, which caused a Rasta massacre, another politician sent out tractors and bulldozers to run off some Rastas off a land to flatten it and build his own political stronghold. All when cows start meow and cats start moo, what has happened in St. Kitts and Nevis will never happen in a Jamaica. I remember when Rasta was once the Jamaican police force main target. They used to detain them just to cut them hair. I also remember during the 70s when schools would send home Rasta kids because of their hair. And the last time that happened was in 2018 when a 5-year-old girl was sent home from school because of her Rasta hair. And her parents took it to court, and the court ruled in favor of the school. So all when goat meat turned pork and pig meat turned mutton, what has happened in St. Kitts and Nevis will never happen in a Jamaica. Now they would call this Rastaman Dirty Nasty Head Dread. But then, through his music, he single-handedly put Jamaica on the map. Now Jamaicans are using his music to attract tourists to Jamaica. But they would never give him the title National Hero. So like me say, all when fowls start grow teeth and start bark and bite up people, what has happened in St. Kitts and Nevis will never happen in Jamaica. St. Kitts and Nevis, this Jamaican salutes you.
Yes, so the St. Kitts government give right, yeah man, to Rastafari community and Rastafari. Now, our own squabble, weak and incompetent, puppet, governmental people, mainly Andrew Holness, jump up to refute this. For a long time, Jamaica give right to Rasta. Lie! Jamaica been prosecuting Rastafari even up until this dear. I'm not talking about no white people, I'm talking about black people. Prosecute Rasta. As you go in one of them bank, them security, it's like them school, them security guard. So anytime you see the Rastafari, them are the criminal and thief, watch them. Anytime you go into them supermarket, are the same thing. And the only Rastafari and the only Rasta man, them are the one them where groom themselves. The polished one.
You do have to dread to be Rasta. We never allow that to be the way we see things, even before those music became, part of the music. We realized that being ballad, we were saying Haile Selassie at school, we were doing everything Rastafari. We were going across the fence to burn chalice early in the morning and come back to school. And I do schoolwork. Lunchtime, we gone over the fence again by another elder. Gonna eat ital food, cause we not eat flesh at school. And we come back with eyes like flames of fire. Until we decided, no. The prophet said, behold, I come quickly with my reward. So we say, yo, it's time we start put on the crown of glory now and start holding natty. So to give clarity, because many ones would have said, so you did go UWI. I said, no, my university was the Nyabingi order. Selected speeches, the Fetana gas, the Kebrana gas. This man opened the no. I love books, so Kojo will just come and say, hi guys, sit down here.
Until the woman them start to wear the locks now. And that's how we start to get little leeway and clarity, because what a ratty thing when woman take up your plighty.
I grew up under the impression that Rastas are dunce, right? Dunce and fool, and them just bonfire for every foolishness. Since growing up and finding the Creator for myself, finding the Most High for myself, on my own, listening to inner guidance, doing research, doing the inner work basically, I went to the Rasta Indigenous Camp in Montego Bay recently. And it was such an amazing experience, because everything that I've done on my own, these people have been doing for decades. For so long. It's so crazy. And this group has also been demonized. And when I realized that they've been demonized, I started looking into other groups as well. Because any group that allows you to open your mind to things that are happening, right? And a different way, a better way, real freedom, real abundance, they tend to be demonized because they go against the system. Rastas burn out Babylon. Babylon needs to be burnt out because it's a system of oppression. And they go use all sorts of different reasoning for why they did that thing in 1960s with the Rastas. But we all know why. And if you're smart, you'll know why.
Rastafari is one of the most powerful movements in this world. Look at what the music has done. Rastafari has created one of the largest political parties around the world by virtue of how many people relate and invest in that. But it's like we keep on partying. Reggae music, as a child of Rastafari, has liberated so many countries. Here the ones in South Africa tell you that when they were marching through the streets and they were fighting against apartheid, it was Bob Marley's songs that they were using in the streets. That's just one country. There have been many. That is what Rastafari represents. African liberation, my sister. African liberation. Black people liberation. Humanity liberation. Step beyond the color. Human beings. Mm-hmm. That is why we were ostracized for so long.
We got the woman there, yeah, man. What a ratty thing when the woman then take out the plight. For years, Rastafari has been telling them.
I'm realizing that not many Caribbean islands are talking about what's happening in Cuba. It's like we have completely forgotten the sacrifices that Cuba has made for the Caribbean, the entire Caribbean, and the contributions that Cuba has made. So for instance, in St. Lucia, we are going to see the end of our students being able to go to Cuba to study because of imperialism, right? Our Prime Minister, who I think should actually step down, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, I think in this time, we do not need that type of Prime Minister in St. Lucia. We actually need somebody like a Richard Frederick or Alva Baptiste. Now, I know there's a lot of pressure on the Caribbean, especially being that we are not armed. We do not have defense forces in the event that there is an attack on an individual island. So it brings into question, what are we doing in terms of unity? Now, I don't know if there are organizations that are mobilizing in terms of spreading the word. I would like to become a part of those organizations. If anybody knows of any type of organization, please tag them below. Yeah, thank you. Peace.
3 Creole phrases that will make St. Lucian locals love you. Phrase number 1, please. Sous play. Say it with me. Sous play. So if you're asking for something in English and you end it with like, hi, is it possible that I can have a slice of pizza? Souple? They're going to be like, okay. Took some time to learn the culture. Clock it. Next phrase. Thank you. These are very simple things that you can add to your English where it just shows that you respect the culture, you respect the country. So you say thank you by saying merci. And the French say merci, but we say merci. When you go to the restaurant and they bring your food out, merci. When you come off the plane and you got to go through immigration, you hit them with the souple and the merci. Oh, girl, you out of there. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. This should have been the first phrase, but it's okay. We saved the best for last. A lot of people don't say good morning, good afternoon, good night. And y'all know in the Caribbean, good morning, good afternoon, and good night is very important. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night can determine whether or not you're going to get an ass whooping. Tell me I'm lying. Bonjour. Bonjour. You hit anybody in St. Lucia with a bonjour? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. They might roll out the red carpet for you. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you learned today. And make sure you study. All right.
Well, who are some of your influences?
Well, I think my biggest influence is Marcus Garvey, Haile Selassie. Sure.
From what you heard coming up as a boy about Garvey, or what you've learned now that you're grown, or what?
What we hear, what we read, you know, and what we know about him.
Did you learn much about Garvey in school?
No.
For years, Rastafari been telling them stay away from them things. And them selling in the supermarket. Stay away from salt. And all them things. I said, child, nah, eat that, man. Oh, Rastafari no weak. Nah, eat no salt, you weak, man.
Why do millions believe an African emperor was a divine figure? Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopia, is not only remembered as a political leader, but also as a spiritual symbol worshipped by many around the world. Before becoming emperor, he was known as Rastafari Makonnen. When crowned in 1930, he received titles including King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and Conquering Lion of the Tribe of Judah. These titles came from Ethiopia's royal tradition, which claimed descent from the biblical King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, linking the emperor to the ancient lineage of Judah mentioned in the Bible. For followers of the Rastafari movement, Selassie's coronation fulfilled biblical prophecy. Many Rastafarians believe he represents the returned Messiah, or a divine king sent to restore dignity and identity to people of African descent. His resistance against Italian invasion and his message of African unity strengthened this spiritual image worldwide. Whether viewed as emperor, reformer, or sacred figure, Haile Selassie became more than a ruler. He became a symbol of faith, liberation, and African pride.
But when the woman them take up the plight now, find out that's the truth, then them start. So yeah, and more of you guys drop your comment in the comment section and let I and I know your thoughts on these things, because these things are big discussion, you know. No power never there on full side. No power whatsoever. All the powers over on the white man side. So we think them all lean pan. Yeah, we the black people love on the brown people, don't know that. We love them till the day.
Breaking news. When Rastas say Jah, they're not just calling on God, they're calling on the African creator they tried to erase. Before the word God ever existed in English, African people already knew the divine through names like Nyame, Olodumare, and Ra. When slavery and colonization forced Africans into Christianity, they didn't abandon their creator, they reclaimed him. Out of that came Rastafari, born in Jamaica in the 1930s, a movement that said, "We will not worship the white god of our oppressors." Instead, they looked to Ethiopia, the one African nation never colonized, and saw Emperor Haile Selassie III as the living symbol of black divinity. Jah is short for Jehovah, but through the African tongue, it became something deeper, the spirit of freedom, unity, and consciousness. To say Jah Rastafarian is to declare, God lives within us, not above us. It's a rejection of oppression and a rebirth of African spirituality through the Caribbean voice. Rastafari turned reggae into resistance, dreadlocks into identity, and Jah into a call for liberation, mental, spiritual, and physical. So next time you hear Jah Rastafari, know this: it's not a religion. It's a revolution of the soul. Follow this page for more Afro-Caribbean truth. Hit like if you feel that divine power inside you, and share this to remind the world that Jah lives in us.
I just came back from St. Lucia, and the way black people perceive themselves there, it was a little surprising to me. While we were on a tour, my father asked one of the St. Lucian men, did he know anything about his enslaved ancestors? And the man answered no. Now, this surprised me at first until I remembered that St. Lucia had a lot of absentee slave owners, meaning that the slave owners never lived on the property or even lived in St. Lucia for that matter. So if your great-great-great-grandfather never seen the person that enslaved them, how would they technically know that they're enslaved to pass down to their descendants that they were an enslaved person? But then there's this. Many St. Lucian plantations, and of course the Caribbean in general, were ran by mixed race people. So the white absentee landowners living in England or France had their plantations ran by their mixed race children. Upon departure to their own countries, slave owners passed their estates onto their descendants, who employed ex-slaves or blacks as expendable beasts of burden. They became subservient to half-white or mulatto landowners, whom they were forced to address as massa, giving rise to the master and servant syndrome. Knowing things like this helps you understand why the Caribbean and Latin America have such an aversion to the one-drop rule in the United States. Seeing someone like this woman, they automatically think that person's just as privileged as a white person.
I'm not gonna say no love us, but no can't love we. In the side of Babylon. And that's the truth. These are the reasons, or some of the reasons, why when Ibrahim Traore came to Jamaica, this guy sent him away. And look on the crisis that we're gonna plummet in right now. Everything that Ibrahim Traore was warning us about and trying to help us to escape, and them happen right now. So now watch, when the oil crisis start, when the gas prices start, now the boy them full up the country with car and left and drive vehicle. And I've started ball for the people that know too much car in the country. I burn up too much fuel. We have got to start economize on that. Eh? And I still support them black Jamaican people. These guys have one foot in Jamaica and one out, you know. And them are wait for the quickest sign. If you take out the foot there off of Jamaica Island, they're gonna lost themselves between the creases of Babylon. Marcus Garvey could never love and never love these kind of people. I want to sit back, Jamaicans. I want to sit back While Andrew Holness do these things. Him do these things to suit Babylon, you know, because him know say him go irritate a lot of the brown people, I mean, so the Chinese people too, and the white people, by accepting Ibrahim Traore to come wake up the consciousness and give power and strength to black Jamaican people and Rastafari people who's still going through persecution here. All over the world we go through it. All over the world. We get to find out all in Iran, in the annals of Iran, the black people them down there. Still I go through it. You know, black people, we can look around to point fingers and blame others, you know. But at the end of the day, it up to we. It's the way we're living. That matter, not the way we are live. And that, those are the reasons why we have been subjected in some corners and subjected to a certain life. Because we now show class and quality that we can live and take care of ourselves and take care of each other and care about our parents and our grandparents. You know, so black people are one of the worst races upon the face of the earth to the day. Because of the way we are live. We scattered like no good. I feel like say because Mr. Chin or whoever brown person might give you some position. And give you a position to look down and stomp down upon with other black brother. That's why I say I could never be a security guard. I could never be a security guard, and Jamaica flooded with security guard because they need them to protect them businesses and protect them money. I stand for equal rights and justice for everybody. Saying, but it is up to us, black people, it's up to we to claim the right there. Saying, it may be one of the things and one of the pressure why I can't get through a KPH to the surgery to be healed. Don't you guys think, put your comment in the comment section, that as a people, as a black people, who have been pressured, to slave our parents, you understand me, to build this country, do you think right now, as a slave child, or a slave picnic, you not think so we're supposed to get free medical, free dental, at least till we are being built up, till we are being healed of the wound and the damage that have been done to us. No, because all we have to do, you know, is soft soothe a few Niger niggas, put them in some position and make them do the finishing work. We anyway, we could jump into the videos, and I want you guys to drop your comment, your honest comment. I can deal with it. Doesn't matter if you're white, brown, Chinese, black, don't matter. Put your comment. Seeing wisdom is supreme, knowledge is power. You know, make we spread this out, because there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and when you look at it still, we're still innocent, you know. Yeah, we're only guilty of beating down and stamping down each other. Yeah, wisdom of going, I think, a balanced wisdom of going at. Right now, we are benefiting a lot of things from Chinese people and the white people and different races and nations and the Indian people. We black people have benefited a whole lot from these nations, because we just a servitude and a suck up, and we don't want to do the work for ourselves. We love handout. And big up and bless up to St. Kitts, yes, and St. Kitts government on a real base. Rastafari, King Selassie, I are a hardcore there on a real base. Big up all the Rastamans in Jamaica. Time to rise up. I do believe it will come a time when the people call for Rastafari to rule and run this country. We will just stand back in our balance station and watch where go on. See, because we know, sir, as our leader, Joshua, Jesus Christ, tell we, say, no jump up from the high seat. No force yourself up there. Wait to be called up. If when you think you can't fool we and trick we, think again.
Yeah! Well, in come the brand new thing called the newness. We pass the test. From you wake up this morning, you the newness. So wake up everybody, not your fullness. Yes! Newness, I'm Mr. Newness. Yeah, man! Newness, I'm Mr. Newness. When me see the sunrise, that's a newness. I me lay down first night and get some good rest. We did bad yesterday, today I be my best. This a no contest, this a newness. Me is a brand new man, now see how me dress. Me no off top and me don't vex. Nothing can offend me because me clear me chest. Cleanliness, utter godliness. God just surround me life with peace and rest. So what them a talk about and what them a say. Everybody responsible for them own happiness. Miss Finance, you better hear me say. You can't blame me for your unhappiness. Yesterday passed and gone, so give him some newness. Now go lead them in a stillness, give me newness. A breath of fresh air, now left me breathless. Peace and joy, fill with happiness. They give me no sadness, they give me no sickness. Jaja give me my breakthrough, now give me no poorness. Now give me no worries, now give me no problem, give me blessedness. Now give me no darkness, give me brightness. Give me no dirtiness, give me cleanliness. Now give me no wickedness, give me righteousness. Are you that? I made this, and the body of everybody is blessedness. That what them attack, but could that